The greatest barrier to achieving your goals is how you perceive your own limitations. Don't tell yourself why you can't succeed. Focus on how you can. Rewrite your story, empower yourself, and move forward. Perfection is nothing but an illusion. Waiting for the perfect moment often leads to missed opportunities. Start now with what you have and make progress every day. The right time is always when you begin to act. Life is too short to spend meeting other people's expectations. Embrace your own path, make your own choices, and live authentically. Don't waste time living someone else's life. Create your own real life. Challenges aren't roadblocks, they are hidden opportunities. Every challenge opens the door to learn, grow, and discover new paths. Seek out the opportunities that arise during tough times and make the most of them. Mistakes are part of the growth process. If you haven't made any mistakes, maybe you haven't pushed yourself to new limits. Dare to challenge yourself, make mistakes, and learn from them. They are the steady steps toward success. The future is shaped by the power of your belief in your dreams. If you hold on to that belief and work toward your dream, countless opportunities will open up. Believe in the beauty of your vision and let it guide every step you take. Success and failure are both temporary states. What really matters is the courage to continue, no matter the setbacks or triumphs. Don't let one failure define you, and never settle when you've reached success. Keep striving. The speed at which you move toward your goal doesn't matter as much as the fact that you keep moving. No matter how slow the progress is still progress. As long as you don't stop, you will reach your destination. Failure is inevitable in life, but what sets successful people apart is their ability to rise after each fall. True glory lies in resilience, the strength to stand up no matter how many times you fall. Your work will fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Fear often holds us back from reaching our true potential. However, the greatest things in life often lie just beyond that fear. To achieve your dreams, you must face your fear and move forward. It's easy to regret not starting earlier, but the best time to act is always right now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today and take the first step toward your goals, no matter how small. The sooner you act, the sooner you'll see results. Time is our most precious resource, and it's limited. Don't spend your life trying to meet other people's expectations or living by their rules. Live your own life, make your own choices, and pursue what truly matters to you. The doubts you have today are the only things that can block your future. Believe in yourself and walk with confidence, even when uncertainty tries to take over. The more you trust in your abilities, the closer you get to realizing your dreams. Success doesn't come from just dreaming or wishing. It comes when you take action. The more you act, the closer you get to your goal. Focus on making steady progress, and the results will follow. Sometimes, fear is a sign of a great opportunity. Every day, challenge yourself and do something that scares you. Not only will this help you overcome your fear, but it will also open up new opportunities and drive personal growth. Don't let time slip away without truly living. Every day is an opportunity to create value and move closer to your goals. Live fully, and use every moment to grow and give your life meaning. You are the only person who can be both your best friend and your worst enemy, and you get to choose which one will dominate. Your environment profoundly impacts your growth. Choose to surround yourself with those who have strong vision and motivation, as they will help you develop and reach your goals. If you want to go far, ensure those around you are also moving forward. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Honesty might not win you many friends, but it will always bring you the right ones. Don't worry about what others think of you, because everyone is only thinking about themselves. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a second you are wasting your own life. Don't get overly emotionally attached to anyone because people can change. Even your best friends can turn into strangers one day. Learn to be content and happy with yourself. If you need someone else to be happy, it will only make you weak. Share your progress, not your goals, and you will always stay motivated. Don't be afraid of being alone. Being by yourself is far better than being with the wrong people. The people who ask the most from you are the ones who do the least for you. Take your responsibilities seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously. Fear doesn't come to stop you. It comes to show you that you care and are interested. Don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. If you put her on a pedestal, she will have no choice but to look down on you. People give advice based on their perspective. Not everything in your mind needs to be said out loud. Don't do anything you'll have to lie about later. Light travels faster than sound, which is why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. Don't search for happiness. It's always within you. You owe nothing to your younger self, but you owe everything to your present self. Self-care is realizing that you are your greatest obstacle. Your parents were right many times, even if they weren't academically qualified. Don't disrespect them when they give you advice. Act like you've been there before. Overthinking ruins you. It ruins the situation, twists everything, makes you worry about futile questions, and makes things much worse than they actually are. If you're about to get angry about something, ask yourself, will I remember this in 10 years? You only have one body, take care of it. You'll have it for your whole life, and although it's incredibly resilient, it can only give you what you put into it. If someone emphasizes that they are telling the truth, you can be sure they are lying. The only power and influence you have are related to what you decide to do with the time you're given. Today, you won't ruin a role if you just play yourself. Don't compare the behind the scenes of your life with someone else's highlight reel. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is part of getting over. At first, you choose a partner based on their looks and enjoy, until you realize that your kids won't be raised by their looks but by their values. You can't have everything. You always trade one thing for another. To know who your true friends are, look for those who speak well of you behind your back and speak poorly of you to your face. Letting go is really hard, but it's the best thing you can do with your time. The more winds of fear you accumulate, the more fearless you will become. Never make someone a priority who only makes you an option. If you are friends with everyone, you are an enemy to yourself. You were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion. The greatest thing you need to accept is change. You don't live only once. You live multiple lives within one life. Life becomes easier and more beautiful when we can see the good in others. You can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming. Let the actions of others speak for them. People will show you more than they will tell you. Everything you do, you are creating dots. You can connect those dots later in life and understand why you did what you did. Commitment is what gets you started, consistency is what gets you somewhere, and persistence is what keeps you going. You can fall in love more than once. You don't need to worry too much when someone you love leaves. Most of the time, it's for the better. If someone is trying to bring you down, it only means you are above them. Don't make promises if you have no intention to keep them. It may mean nothing to you, but it could mean the world to someone else. Going back to your ex is like having a shower and putting on dirty underwear. Keep an open mind and act like an artist, but think, fail, and learn like a scientist. You don't find your purpose elsewhere. You create your purpose exactly where you are and give meaning to it. Your whole life can change in an instant, so instead of passively accepting what you have, be grateful for it and do something good with what you've got. You grow rich when you seek new experiences, not material things. Action breeds more clarity than thought, so you can't think your way into a new life. You have to act your way into one. The life you experience is simply a reflection of your mindset. Chasing happiness will lead you to misery until you realize that happiness is the way. All you have is the now and what you do with it. Be smart enough to ask for advice, but wise enough to know who to seek it from. If you can drop anything from your world, drop the ego. The more grateful you are, the more beauty you will see around you. Life will become more generous, and you will become happier. You won't forget the bad things, you'll just stop caring about them. Until that happens, don't stress too much about it. Success isn't about your resources. It's about your ability to make the most of what you have. Fear limits most people throughout their lives and seeps into every decision they make. Try to control it, overcome it, and savor the victory when you conquer it. You can't swim to new horizons until you have the courage to leave the shore behind. It's never too late to do the things you've always wanted to do. Don't let those who speak ill of you discourage you. They may be projecting their own insecurities. You can't change what has already happened, whether it was your fault or someone else's mistake. Don't be angry about it. Face the challenge. People will always project their fears and limiting beliefs onto you. What you need to do is build a shield to protect yourself from that noise. Don't discuss your past with anyone, because only you know the true story and meaning of it. Others may not understand, or they may even use it against you. Your tomorrow may look very different from today if you keep crying about what didn't work today. And I promise your tomorrow will also not work. Sometimes the world is trying to tell you who you are, but if you don't stop to reflect and listen, you'll never hear it. Life won't go according to your plan, and trust me, that's a good thing. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. I remember sitting alone, thinking I had hit rock bottom, but during that tough time, I met people who shared lessons with me that helped me get through it. These lessons could be exactly what you need right now. People aren't for you or against you, they are for themselves. What's coming will be better than what has passed. Sometimes you just need to walk away, let people go, and let relationships end. Your true friends show up when you're at your lowest, and the only way out is through. You are stronger than you think. Action is the foundational key to all success. You've made it through every bad day in your life, and you're still undefeated. No one will care for you the way you can. Once you face your fear, nothing is as hard as you think. Out of difficulties, miracles grow. Believe you can, and you're already halfway there. Not everyone you meet has good intentions. The days you don't want to do anything are the days you need to do the most. The only thing you can control is how you feel, do, and think. Stop trying to change other people because it almost never works. Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Sometimes we can only find our true direction when we let the winds of change carry us. Never sacrifice your growth for anyone. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you think, and smarter than you imagine. Trust yourself, you've survived so much, and you will survive what's coming. You never know how strong you are until strength is your only choice. Change is not a threat, it's an invitation to live. We either make ourselves miserable or we make ourselves strong. The amount of work is the same. Keep your expectations only for yourself. Life isn't always fair. When you understand others, you show intelligence. However, true wisdom comes from understanding yourself. Self-awareness helps you make wise decisions and live a meaningful life. Liars and cheaters may often succeed, but no matter how bad the situation gets, you just need to keep fighting. Hope and desire don't make things change, but making different decisions and working hard does. Honesty is one of the most valuable virtues, but it's also very rare. Don't expect to receive honesty from people who lack moral values. When you live with honesty, you will attract the right people and build sincere relationships. When patience pays off, you'll realize you haven't waited long at all. You must love yourself before you can love others. When something happens and causes you pain, that pain comes to teach you a lesson, not for you to suffer for the sake of suffering. Good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from mistakes. Don't let the memories of your past limit the potential of your future. There are no limits to what you can achieve on your journey through life, except in your mind. We must face challenges instead of wishing they weren't in front of us. Letting go isn't a one-time thing. It's something you must do every day, over and over again. Difficult roads always lead to beautiful destinations. There comes a time in your life when you must choose to turn the page, write another book, or simply close it. When you step out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. Courage is the most important of all virtues, because without courage, you cannot consistently practice any other virtue. Most people will deceive you if you give them even half a chance. You don't drown by falling into the water, you drown by staying there. Life is inherently risky. There is only one big risk you should avoid at all costs: the risk of doing nothing. Every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Don't let anyone make you feel unworthy of what you want. The greatest danger in life is that you may overprotect yourself. The most important thing in life is learning how to fall. Bad days will build better days. Let your self-improvement keep you so busy that you have no time to criticize others. People tend to complicate their lives as if life wasn't complicated enough. One of life's hard lessons that everyone must learn is that not everyone wishes you well. There is no happiness or unhappiness in this world, only the comparison of one state to another. Only a person who has felt ultimate despair is capable of feeling ultimate bliss. Hard times are sometimes blessings in disguise. We must suffer, but in the end, it makes us stronger, better, and wiser. Rehearsing situations in your head is a waste of time. The situation will always be different from anything your imagination comes up with. People will come in and out of your life, and those you least expect will become past memories of a temporary time you once thought was permanent. One of my biggest life lessons is that we heal at the speed of our forgiveness. A little foolishness is enough to enjoy life, and a little wisdom to avoid the mistakes that will harm us. Hard times don't create heroes. It is during hard times that the hero within us is revealed. Happiness is not the absence of problems, but the ability to deal with them. The greatest courageous act we must all perform is to have the courage to step out of our history and past so we can live our dreams. Nothing in your life will change unless you change. You think you understand someone, but mostly you just know what you want to know. Took a long time, but I've learned that you can't take anything from life without putting something back in exchange. Instead of worrying about what you can't control, shift your energy to what you can create. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. You can't understand everything immediately. Sometimes you need to wait. Some goodbyes will set you free. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. If you have a strong purpose in life, you don't need anyone to push you. Your passion will drive you there. Life changes for the better when we realize that we don't have to know everything, and we don't have to pretend we do. Be the reason someone smiles, be the reason someone feels loved, and believes in the goodness of people. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. Actions that come from perseverance. Sometimes the things you do bring bitter fruit. Sometimes you must let part of yourself go, or you will never find happiness. Obstacles don't necessarily have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Find a way to climb over it, go through it, or work around it. You can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you will get what you need. The first step to going somewhere is deciding that you don't want to stay where you are. The hardest thing in life is learning which bridge to cross and which bridge to burn. All you need to do is pay attention. Lessons always come when you're ready. Facing your emotions will give you more strength and happiness in the long run than suppressing or ignoring them. If you believe strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. Guard your thoughts when you're alone, and your words when you're with others. The problem is, if you don't live your own life, others will live it for you. Be grateful for what you have while you pursue your goals. If there's one lesson life teaches us, it's that wishing doesn't make it true. Sometimes you won't fit in no matter how hard you try, and it's better to be alone. Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. When one door closes, another opens, but we often look too long and regretfully at the closed door without seeing the one that has opened for us. Always trust what your intuition tells you, even when everyone else tries to convince you otherwise. Don't take people for granted. You never know when they could leave. You never know how much they mean to you until they're gone. Never back down from a real challenge, for it will teach you the most valuable lessons in life. You are the only person who can be both your best friend and your worst enemy, and you can choose which one will dominate. You can't control other people's behavior, but you can always choose how you respond to it. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Sometimes you have to lose everything to find out who you truly are. People only get better with experience if they are willing to learn and understand the lessons given to them through hard times in their lives. Hard times teach us that our resilience is stronger than we ever imagined. You have to speak up for yourself. No one else will do it for you. You can't always help someone change to be better. If you keep trying, one day you will decide that you can't do it anymore, and it's clear that they don't want to change. Your life is the result of the choices you make. There's no plan, just the consequences of your choices. Be cautious with the good deeds you do. Kindness has limits, and some may exploit your generosity. You can either become a victim of your struggles, or you can rise above them and become the hero of your own life. The most precious thing in the world is time with those you love. We often forget that happiness doesn't come from getting what we don't have, but from recognizing and being grateful for what we already have. Your future is your past that you understand. You must help yourself. No one else can help you. You must do it yourself. Once you realize this, you will feel more in control of your life. It's not the strongest or the smartest species that survive, but the ones most responsive to change. Take a moment to reflect on the lessons we've just explored. These 91 life-changing lessons are not just theories. They are practical truths that can help you take control of your own life. From overcoming challenges to making the right decisions every day, these lessons show that you can solve most of the problems in life. Success is not about luck. It's about how you face difficulties and the decisions you make along the way. Just like those who started with nothing and achieved greatness, you too can unlock your potential and create the life you desire. Stay tuned for more inspiring lessons in our upcoming videos. If you found these lessons helpful, don't forget to share and hit subscribe to spread this knowledge to more people. Wishing you all the best on your journey of growth and success.